He was a spirit of rogue, experimental rebellion, disruptive of established existing systems with a goal of replacing them with something better. He locked out conventional thinking and was a provocative force to logical presumption. When we think of the great innovators, we see rare individuals who dare to think differently. But how often do we consider how they are alike? What common threads might they share? What connecting wisdom and traits unite them? In the essence of the innovator, we see intellectual freedom, passion, curiosity, but mostly a vision of unwavering boldness, a talent, a courage that one can only admire. Nikola Tesla embodied these daring qualities. He was a kind of alternative scientific artist, like a physics punk rocker. He had a different point of view. To start, Tesla saw himself not as an inventor, but as a discoverer. One that reveals solutions already in the framework of existence, to harness the wheelwork of nature, uncovering natural secrets rather than construction built on its limitations. Such an improvisational spirit of exploration led to the concepts of radio, radar, X-rays, robotics, remote control, and even early computer technology. In fact, his teleautomaton patent utilized patents for radio, wireless remote control, and a type of early logic circuit known as the nano A&D gate, which is sort of the key to binary code. But of all his innovations, it was his induction motor, a brushless engine that could efficiently run on alternate current electricity that revolutionized the status quo, propelling the world into an age of progress. Without it, most likely electric power would have been a rare luxury, only accessible to the wealthy. This motor, born of Tesla's fertile and untarnished imagination, was previously considered impossible by the scientific community. Tesla hacked through the perceived limitations of science and nature to move the world forward. His unconventional application of physical principles created a sense of unease in the world around him. He was a genius with an amazing talent that you'd hope would be used for benevolence, one whose brilliance could reward the world with free wireless energy, or punish it with a death ray or earthquake machine. He was a rogue scientist, and in a way, one could describe his mission at Wardenclyffe as the ultimate hack, a way to disrupt the entire global system of energy and information to help the world evolve, to point out the flaws of an antiquated system and spark a movement of positive change. As many innovators experience, new ideas sometimes bring a backlash, mockery, or even hatred. But they are compelled to move forward. They are undeterred by great risk. Sometimes they are unsuccessful. Or perhaps, sometimes the world just isn't ready yet. Many innovators see perceived failure as merely steps paving the way to greatness. Such failures wouldn't prevent Tesla from trying, and in some cases, triumphing over the accepted scientific dogma. For many, Tesla remains a true inspiration, an intellectual rebel, a scientific agitator, a fighter who violated the most respected preconceived notions of what was deemed possible. A slap in the face to a narrow-minded scientific consensus, one without vision or held back through a lack of experimental imagination. Tesla's spontaneous spirit of discovery joins him with the coolest radical trailblazers on the planet, who continue to launch an insurrection movement against the accepted societal norms. Like the visionaries of today, Tesla was so ahead of his time. Those who share an unyielding genius, and like the pioneers before them, possess an inner resolution, which leads to evolution, to create revolution. It is the binding spirit of innovation, the divergent differences that unite and move the world forward.
To me, Tesla represents some of the most beautiful potentials that being human offers. Tesla chose to use his incredible faculties, and he chose to use them with the intention of contributing to the whole. He was dedicated, principled, open-minded, and he never gave up. He was a hero in his own way, and I think he serves as a reminder that we are all potential heroes. I really hope more and more people learn about Tesla and his incredible inventions, which is why I wrote this song that you're about to hear. The song is called Tesla, and it's available on all streaming platforms. A big thank you to Tesla Science Center and the work you're doing at Wardenclyffe and beyond. Here's my song, Tesla.
This track ain't about bragging hard, 'cause I ain't got no new Tesla car. This for that real MVP, Nikola, and his electricity. Couple hundred patents, lab outside Manhattan. Yeah, real baller who got what was happening. So do your thing with a smile. Put that bop on and show him style. Like Tesla, like Tesla, la 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 la, like Tesla. Think for yourself, like Tesla. La 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 la, like, la 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 la, like, la 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 la, like Tesla. The secret to the universe, it's in the way it's all dispersed. 'Cause every atom is never still. So get on that good foot and do what you feel. Like Tesla,
Come on, sing along.
like Tesla, la 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 la, like Tesla. Think for yourself, like Tesla, like Tesla, like Tesla, la 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 la, like Tesla. Think for yourself, like Tesla. 369, feeling fine, crystal clear, engineer, frequency, energy, vibe with the universe. If someone steals your ideas, leaves you broke and in tears, don't worry, don't have no fears. You're with the universe.
Hi, I'm Russ Rubman, owner of Gittler Instruments LLC, and a proud innovator of minimalist musical instruments. America is the breeding ground for the bold spirit of ingenuity and invention that we as a community benefit from. I'm proud today to be standing on the shoulders of giants. Throughout my life, I've been a tinkerer and electronics hobbyist. I built my first stereo amplifier at the age of 14, and I've never stopped taking things apart to better understand how they fit together. My greatest moments, however, are when I see the flaws and realize how I can improve on them. In the spirit of Nikola Tesla, we keep moving forward and innovating, because if we don't, then we'll start to backslide, and this country must never be allowed to do that. At Gittler Instruments, we take electric guitars, basses, and violins and break them down to their core elements, stripping away years of unnecessary artifice and rebuilding minimalist structures made from titanium with think-forward attributes. Please enjoy the following video.
And now the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable F.H. LaGuardia.
I've been honored to be asked to read a tribute to a great American, Nikola Tesla, written by another great American, Louis Adams, both natives of what we know as Yugoslavia, but coming from different parts. They were friends. On last Thursday night, here in our city of New York, a man who was 87 years of age died in his humble hotel room. His name was Nikola Tesla. He died in poverty, but he was one of the most useful and successful men who ever lived. His achievements were great and are becoming greater as time goes on. Nikola Tesla could have amassed hundreds of millions of dollars, could have become the richest man in the country, in the world, if he wished for riches. He didn't. He did not care for anything, did not have time for anything that spelled success for too many people. Nikola Tesla was a great humanitarian, a pure scientific genius, a poet in science. He did extraordinary, amazing, miraculous things during his life among us. He did them simply to serve mankind. And for his services, he did not want anything. Money, he didn't care for it. Honor, who was anybody to honor anybody else? That was his attitude. Gratitude, he did not expect or demand. Nikola Tesla did not care to be paid for anything he did for the human race. He simply functioned according to his natural genius, which came to him in the land of his birth, Yugoslavia, as a son of his mother. Now, this extraordinary man is dead, or so they say. The papers on Friday told he died. His body was found still on the bed in his little hotel room in this city. And the newspapers published obituaries and editorials summarizing his life and work, and they told of his personal habits and eccentricities. Tesla, they say, is dead. In a funeral parlor in this city, there is all that is left of his person. The funeral services will be held on next Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock in the Cathedral of St. John. People will come, yes, many people from all walks of life, humble, unknown people, and people who are famous, scientists and industrialists and others. And then will be all right. It is the customary thing to do. But Tesla is not dead. Tesla is not really dead. Only his poor, wasted body has been stilled. The important part of Tesla lives in his achievement, which is great, almost beyond calculation, an integral part of our civilization, of our daily lives, of our current war effort. Today, we on this program do not mourn Tesla. We do not honor him, for we know that Nikola Tesla would not care for that. Why mourn Tesla? His life is a triumph. We are in the studio today, just thinking of Tesla, talking of him among ourselves and to you who are listening to us. And we are playing some music and singing a few songs which we would think Nikola Tesla would have liked. We celebrate his achievement on earth, his great triumph, which is our triumph, the triumph of all the people of the world. We celebrate his contributions to our life, to the sum total of civilization and human potentialities in America and everywhere, which will be as permanent as man himself. We are talking about Nikola Tesla, celebrating the fact that we belong to the same species to which he belonged while he was among us. He is a feather in the cap of the whole human race, and Yugoslavia and America can be proud of him. A few years ago, a fellow scientist of Tesla, Dr. A.B. Barrand, also an American, wrote about him in his book on the induction motor, the motor which owes its existence to Tesla, and which now is in the very center of nearly everything that moves on wheels in this country. As the Baron said, were we to eliminate from our industrial world the result of Tesla's work, the wheels of industry would cease to turn, and our electric trains and cars would stop. Our towns would be dark, our mills and factories dead and idle. So far-reaching is his work that it has become the warp and woof of industry. Should Tesla's work be suddenly withdrawn, darkness would prevail, and we would slump into barbarism. So it is true. Tesla is not dead. He is very much alive among us. Among us is a triumph of his life, his achievement, which we celebrate here. We do not honor him. We are gathered here to feel this triumph of one human life and to share our feelings with you all.